Well, for telco cloud, actually this concept is starting from 2012. The NFV white paper is issued at that time. So at that time, for the telco cloud, they addressed 6 major issues like performance, like troubleshooting. And nowadays, we see that telco cloud for technical itself is already mature. So 5 of these 6 issues are already being solved. And one more thing left is for automation. So we are still continue making progress on this automation. So for technical, for telco cloud are mature enough. For commercial part, we see that for all the new built core network, new deployed core network are now already based on the telco cloud, especially for 5G core. So 5G core is starting from 2019. So at that time, telco cloud are already mature enough. So nowadays, all the 5G core in the industry are working on the telco cloud. And another thing is for the legacy core network. So legacy EPC, legacy circuit switch, they are running on the legacy hardware. For that part, we are seeing the clear trend that they are also gradually moving to the cloud environment. So with the end of life of this legacy hardware, so in the end, they will also moving to the cloud environment. So in short, we see that for the telco cloud, they will continue to increase, they will continue to grow. So in the next 5 years, with the end of life, with the circuit switch, with EPC, 2G and 4G, so in the end, in the next 5 years, everything will be running on the telco cloud for the core network domain. For Huawei core network domain, actually we changed the name of our product line from core network to cloud core network, which means that we are all in cloud. So all the core network functions nowadays from Huawei can be running on telco cloud. For the value proposition, actually we have 3 design principles for our product. So the first design principle is we are fully support this CNCF concept with cloud native, which means that our product have the capabilities to run in multiple clouds, different type of clouds. Second is we fully understand that the open source have the benefit. They are the best practice from industry. So we are integrating these open source components into our product to make sure that we could provide the best practice for our customer. The third design principle for the cloud native is we think that for the cloud native itself, it's not sufficient for telecom world. For telecom, we have our own requirements like performance, like automation, like troubleshooting. These concepts are quite different with IT domain. So we need to enhance on the cloud native to make sure that VNF and the Cloud OS could meet the requirement for our customer. So our design principle, in short, is we are providing solutions based on cloud native and with the cloud native telecom enhancement to make sure that our customer have the best practice, both supporting this IT cloud native, but simultaneously they could meet the requirement from the telecom world. MAC is an exciting topic. We see in the global market, there are clear trends for Asia Pacific operators and also for European operators. They are doing a lot of trial and innovation, doing massive deployment, not only for innovation, but also for this commercial deployment. So only in China this year, where we see that we will deploy thousands of MAC this year. So it's coming from innovation-driven to market-driven. We see a clear trend that there are new requirements coming from this market, like mobile VPN, like edge computing. So this requirement stands for that the marketing is changing, and there are a lot of new requirements. It's booming. So MAC definitely is a very promising area for the operators. Also, we see that in the operator revenue last year, so there are coming a lot of new revenue coming from this deployment. So this is a promising future, have the promising future. And for MAC, they also have some technical gap. We see that for current architecture for telecom cloud. For telecom cloud is they are mainly from this central data center. It's too heavy. For MAC, we need a more light solution, more distributed architecture. So for this area, we think that for the industry, from the end vendor operators, we need to work together on standards, on open source community to define the next generation for the Mac architecture, not only for the architecture, but also for the management system. So this area, we need more work to do from industry. As a vendor, as Huawei, we fully understand that different operators have a different choice on their strategy. And based on strategy, they may choose different platform, CloudOS or CaaS. So we fully understand that. But for the whole industry, we think that this is a problem because there's too many choices. So for example, different operators have different choice on CloudOS, on CaaS. So only in Europe, I have to list the 3 operators which have different choice for their CloudOS. And the second thing is even the operators, they are choosing the same CloudOS, but behind that, they choose different software version. So they also need the vendors to do the integration verification. And the third thing is some operators, they are going to open source, trying to using open source to solve this integration issue. But even for open source, the different choice for API, the different version of API also is not fully standardized. They also need to integration verification. So in short, there are too many choices in the industry. So for the vendors, they least the cost for the whole industry. Every vendor has to do a lot of integration verification based on different operators' choice. And also for the operators, they can't share the experience with each other because they are using the different version, different CloudOS. And also the API may be different. So what we suggest for the industry is we need to go back to standardized. So especially for ETSI. So for ETSI, for example, they defined manual. So 10 years ago, it's a good architecture and it has been used for all the operators today. So for the next generation, we're proposing to using the next architecture for manual to standardize everything to make sure that all the operators are based on the same architecture, same interface, to make sure that for the industry, we could reduce the cost for everybody. And all the operators, they could utilizing their experience into the standardization. So this is our proposal for the whole industry. We go to standard to emphasize, enhance this telecom cloud technology.